The African Faith and Justice Network, in collaboration with Caritas Nigeria, has organized a 2-day workshop on drug abuse, cultism, and ritual killings in Nigeria. The workshop brought together students, government officials, and the religious who came to deliberate on the best way to end these vices in the country. CTV's Tony Abba completes the report.
It was a collaboration between Africa Faith and Justice Network and the Catholic Caritas Foundation of Nigeria (CCFM) to combat and tackle drug abuse, ritual killings, and cultism in Nigeria. The 2 days workshop, which brought together religious congregations, members of the Catholic Women Organization, regulatory bodies, and other government officials, had the objective of promoting a drug-free society. Reverend Father Aniedi Okure, in his welcome address, highlighted the objectives of the workshop and what it hopes to achieve.
We are all aware of the rising incidence of drug abuse among our young people. It is spread throughout Nigeria. Some areas we hear, others go undetected, but it's a serious problem. We have heard many sectors of the society cry for help. We have heard parents cry for help. We have heard communities cry for help. We have heard educational institutions cry for help. And so this gathering is in part a response to that cry for help. So we are gathered here to do something. We have the personnel. We might not have a bag full of money, but we have personnel. We have a collective experience. We have talents. And in fact, what matters in solving a problem is not money in the first place. Money can help it, but people. So these are the resources that we need, you and me, to tackle this problem.
Welcoming the guests and participants, Reverend Father Uche Obodoechina, the Executive Secretary of Caritas Nigeria, emphasized that participants should contribute to the well-being of the country by showing the light in a country full of darkness.
It's a very important program. Nigeria is our home, and the events, circumstances, issues, matters that affect one another affect us as a people. Drug abuse, ritual killing, and cultism in our society. When things are not working well, and Christians are found in such communities, it is expected that Christians will live up to their Christian responsibility as agents of light by their vocations. They have been called and baptized and sent forth to become light in the midst of thick darkness. It's a Christian responsibility. And the church as an organization has been in forefront of this program. Well-being of everyone in the life of the society.
The Program Officer of the National Orientation Agency, NOA, Mr. Okechi Robinson, in his goodwill message, appreciated the organizers of the workshop.
So I thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to share our experience. NOAA is a field-based organization with offices cut across 36 states of the country and the 774 local government areas of the country. And so, at a click of a button in our office, our job is done to the grassroots. And I'm happy to see an array of Reverend sisters here who are also working in communities. And I want to urge Caritas and AFJN to do a letter to my office to direct our state offices and our local government offices for proper collaboration.
There were other goodwill messages from NAPTIP, CW, and NDLEA. The Honorable Minister for Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Tallen, who was represented by Mrs. Jumai Idonije, in her remarks called for the empowerment of women to help build a better society.
The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in view of what is happening around us is actually saddening, most especially that our young minds at this time being eroded with drugs and substance all around. And just like the women's anthem will say, women can't be silent when all around the world people hurt and hungry children cry. And will speak out for justice and development and hold the rights of every person high. And so, in holding the rights of everyone high and believing that the formation of the child is crucial to national development, the empowerment of women is crucial to national development. Gender mainstreaming is crucial if we have to have any meaningful development in Nigeria. The ministry at this time is ensuring that it leaves no stone unturned to ensure that children go to school. Not just going to school, but going to good and have quality education, because education truly remains the bedrock. And also empowerment of women also remains a bedrock, because an empowered woman is one who is able to make informed choices, is one who is able to take care of her family, is one who is able to say to children, do not go here, stay here and stay there. And so, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, we want to identify with this group at this time and to assure you that going forward, the doors of the ministry is quite open to all and sundry who are willing to make a change in the lives of women and children. We say no to drug abuse, we say no to ritual killings, and we say no to cultism in Nigeria that has eroded our society.
There was panel discussion on the best way to curb the menace of drug abuse, ritual killing, and cultism in Nigeria.
You know, some get admission at a very young stage. You know, after school, some are lucky enough to get admission immediately. So at that young stage, that we are still very formative, still being, you know, still forming ourselves. That needs to explore. You want to belong. You want to know what's happening. Which group should I join? So without proper guidance, some people, you know, join those wrong groups because they feel, okay, with this group, I have that sense of identification.
On this issue we are discussing concerning cultism, like I said earlier, parental guide is very important at a very early age.
And the peer group influence is a major factor, because it least comes from abandonment. When the parents have abandoned the child, the peers becomes his guardian. He tries to meet up. He wants to show that he belongs. He wants to show that he can do what the others do. So when you leave that early stage of development, which is where you talk of crèche, you get to primary school, you get to secondary school. By the time he arrives or she arrives at the university level, you find out that he has formed opinions, formed friends on his own without any parental guidance.
Participants were given the opportunity for questions and answers, while group discussion followed.
We are good at repeating the problems that we have, but I believe this forum is to provide solution to the existing problems. We all know that drug abuse is primary to many crimes. So I want to first commend the NDLA for all their network of reduction in supplies and all that. But what I want to particularly note is that this issue of arrest and treating them, they go back and do the same. Moreover, when people are arrested, the kilograms of drugs and other things that are mentioned, it should suffice that we know the kilograms and the quantity of drugs confiscated. By the time you tell the public the value of those drugs, there are people who will hum and say, if I can get one trip across, then I am made. And they'll be enticed to go and do it. It is of no use to tell us to the public how much the drugs that confiscated is worth.
In Abuja, Tony Abba, CTV News.